Behind the lights of Hollywood lies a world filled with secrets, obsession, fame, and tragedy. And today, on Universal Stars, we explore a story connected to one of the greatest entertainment legends of all time.
April 24th, 2026, a Friday night in America. Theaters that had been half empty for weeks were suddenly packed wall to wall. Popcorn lines wrapped around lobbies. Teenagers who had never been alive when Michael Jackson released a single album were standing in red carpets recording themselves on TikTok. Bigger than Bohemian Rhapsody, bigger than Elvis, bigger than Straight Outta Compton. The King of Pop was back, but here's what almost nobody is talking about. The man on that screen was not Michael Jackson. The numbers came in. $97 million in a single weekend. The biggest opening ever for a music biopic in history.
Hi GQ, I'm Jaafar Jackson, and I'm here to talk about how I prepared for the role of Michael Jackson.
This is not just another celebrity biography. This is a mystery wrapped in legacy, pressure, and destiny. Jaafar Jackson's story feels less like a normal celebrity biography and more like the beginning of a Hollywood mystery. Born into one of the most famous families in entertainment history, he grew up surrounded by music, fame, rumors, and the shadow of a legend so massive that escaping it seemed impossible. Yet somehow, Jaafar Jackson remained almost invisible for years. While the world constantly searched for the next big celebrity child, he stayed quiet, hidden from the spotlight, slowly preparing for something no one fully expected. Jaafar Jackson was born on July 25, 1996, the exact same birth date as his legendary uncle, Michael Jackson. Fans immediately noticed the strange coincidence. To many people, it felt symbolic, almost unreal. He was the son of Jermaine Jackson, a member of the iconic Jackson family, meaning music and performance were already flowing through his bloodline before he could even walk. But unlike many celebrity children who grow up chasing cameras and headlines, Jaafar's early life was surprisingly private. The Jackson family had already experienced decades of media attention, scandals, and painful public scrutiny. Because of that, Jaafar stayed mostly away from interviews and major public appearances. This silence only made people more curious about him. As he grew older, family members noticed he had inherited natural talent. He loved music, dancing, and performing. Yet, there was something else people could not ignore. The way he moved reminded them of Michael Jackson. His facial expressions, body language, and even the way he smiled sometimes looked shockingly familiar. Videos of him dancing occasionally surfaced online, and fans immediately started making comparisons. Some called it genetics, others called it destiny. Still, Jaafar did not rush into fame. While social media exploded with celebrity influencers and viral stars, he stayed patient. He quietly worked on music and artistic projects while trying to build an identity separate from the enormous Jackson legacy. That was not easy. Being related to Michael Jackson is both a blessing and a burden. Michael was not just a singer. He was one of the most famous entertainers in human history. Every person connected to him automatically faces impossible expectations. People constantly compare, criticize, and judge. For Jaafar, those comparisons became unavoidable. Then came the moment that changed everything. Hollywood officially announced a biopic about Michael Jackson's life. Fans across the world were already excited, but nobody expected the casting decision that followed. The filmmakers revealed that Michael Jackson would be played by none other than Jaafar Jackson himself. The internet exploded instantly. Social media was flooded with reactions. Some fans believed it was the perfect choice because no outsider could truly capture Michael's energy like family could. Others thought it was too risky because expectations were unbelievably high. Then the first images from the film were released. People were stunned. Jaafar looked almost identical to young Michael Jackson. The resemblance was so strong that many fans thought the photos were digitally edited. His hairstyle, facial features, posture, and stage presence created a strange feeling of nostalgia. Some fans admitted the images gave them chills. As filming continued, leaked videos and behind-the-scenes photos started spreading online. Crew members reportedly became emotional while watching Jaafar rehearse. According to insiders, some moments on set felt surreal, almost as if Michael Jackson himself had returned. But behind the excitement was enormous pressure. Jaafar was not simply acting in a movie. He was carrying one of the biggest entertainment legacies in history on his shoulders. Michael Jackson's life was filled with extraordinary success, loneliness, controversies, legal battles, and non-stop media obsession. Recreating such a complicated figure required emotional intensity far beyond ordinary acting. Reports claimed Jaafar spent countless hours studying Michael's interviews, performances, voice patterns, and behavior. He reportedly analyzed every movement carefully, trying to understand not just how Michael danced, but how he felt emotionally during performances. That dedication impressed many people in Hollywood. Still, mystery continued surrounding Jaafar himself. Unlike many modern celebrities, he rarely shares personal details online. He stays away from unnecessary drama and avoids oversharing his private life. In today's world, where celebrities constantly post every moment for attention, Jaafar's silence feels unusual. Ironically, that silence may be one reason people are becoming more fascinated by him. The less he speaks, the more people want to know. Fans often discuss whether Jaafar truly wants superstardom or if he simply wants to honor his family's legacy. Some believe he is naturally shy. Others think he carefully controls his image to maintain mystery around himself. Either way, the strategy is working. Every public appearance becomes major entertainment news. Every dance clip trends online. Every photograph sparks comparisons to Michael Jackson. Some fans even believe Jaafar has inherited the same stage aura that made Michael unforgettable. But Jaafar himself has never claimed to be the next Michael Jackson. That may be because he understands something important. There can never truly be another Michael Jackson. Instead of trying to replace his uncle, Jaafar appears focused on respecting the legacy while creating his own path. His personality seems calmer and more reserved compared to the larger-than-life image Michael projected during his peak years. Still, there is no escaping the weight of the Jackson name. The Jackson family has spent decades under public scrutiny. Fame brought them wealth and influence, but it also brought pain, rumors, betrayal, and constant media attention. Jaafar grew up watching all of it happen. Perhaps that experience is why he approaches fame so cautiously today. Hollywood experts already predict that the Michael biopic could transform Jaafar into a global superstar overnight. If the film succeeds, his career could explode internationally. Yet there are also risks. Audiences are emotionally attached to Michael Jackson, and expectations for the film are incredibly high when 1 week performance could trigger massive criticism. But one unforgettable performance could launch Jaafar into entertainment history forever. That uncertainty is part of what makes his story so fascinating. He stands at the edge of something enormous. Not many people in history have been given the chance to portray their own legendary family member on such a massive stage. It feels almost cinematic even before the movie is released. For older Michael Jackson fans, Jaafar represents nostalgia. Watching him dance brings back memories of concerts, music videos, and an era when Michael Jackson dominated global entertainment. For younger audiences, Jaafar is becoming a mysterious, new figure entering Hollywood with one of the strongest legacies imaginable, and maybe that is what makes his rise feel so different from other celebrities. Most stars become famous because of scandals, viral moments, or social media fame. Jaafar Jackson became famous because people saw echoes of a legend inside him. His story feels emotional, mysterious, and strangely symbolic. Today, Jaafar Jackson is no longer just Michael Jackson's nephew. He is becoming a story of his own. Whether he eventually becomes a major Hollywood star or chooses a quieter artistic path, one thing is already
Tone, the choreographers that were on the history tour with Michael. So it was like a continuation of many moments. It wasn't just one audition. There was many different moments I had to really show up and pull off.
certain. The world is watching him closely. People are curious about who he truly
The performance, whether it was a dance, singing a song, or a scene. I would say close to 2 years in, they told me they're gonna do a worldwide casting. And that put even more fire inside of me to want to work even harder, double the hours I was already putting in. So I had the time to really do that. And having Havenhurst, which is the home in Encino where Michael lived and where I actually grew up.
is behind the famous last name, behind the comparisons, and behind the mystery. Perhaps the biggest question surrounding Jaafar Jackson is simple. Can someone born in the shadow of the greatest entertainer in history ever truly escape that shadow? Only time will answer that question. But for now, Jaafar Jackson remains one of Hollywood's most intriguing rising figures. A quiet young man carrying the memory of a global icon while trying to discover his own identity in front of the entire world. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more dark Hollywood mysteries and celebrity stories right here on Universal Stars.